everybody, welcome to my channel.
Ann-Margret is a Swedish-American actress, singer, and dancer known for her sultry screen presence, versatility, and enduring impact on American pop culture. Born Ann-Margret Olsson on April 28, 1941. In Valsjöbyn, Sweden, she moved to the United States as a child and was raised in Illinois. Her breakout came in the early 1960s when she emerged as a starlet with a blend of sex appeal and talent. Often compared to Marilyn Monroe. Career highlights: film debut, Pocketful of Miracles, 1961, directed by Frank Capra. Breakthrough role, Bye Birdie, 1963, where she became a sensation thanks to her performance and the iconic title sequence. Elvis Connection, she starred opposite Elvis Presley in Viva Las Vegas, 1964. And their chemistry was both on and off screen. Acclaimed Performances, Carnal Knowledge, 1971, for which she received an Academy Award nomination. Tommy, 1975, the rock opera by The Who, earning her a second Oscar nomination. She later appeared in comedies like Grumpy Old Men, 1993, and its sequel, continuing to delight audiences with her charisma. Music career. Ann-Margret was also a successful singer, releasing several albums and charting hits in the 1960s. Her voice was a mix of sultry and strong, suited for both pop and rock. Awards and honors. Multiple Golden Globe Awards nominations for Academy Awards, Emmys, and a Grammy in 2010. She won an Emmy Award for her guest role on Law and Order, SVU. Personal life. She was married to actor Roger Smith, of 77 Sunset Strip fame, from 1967 until his death in 2017. Their enduring marriage was a rare constant in showbiz. Legacy. Ann-Margret is remembered as one of the most dynamic performers of the 20th century, a blend of classic Hollywood glamour and genuine talent. Her work across film, television, and music has earned her a permanent place in entertainment history. Early life and beginnings. Born Ann-Margret Olsson in a small village in Jämtland County, Sweden, she emigrated to the U.S. with her family in 1946 at age 5. They settled in Wilmette, Illinois, near Chicago. A naturally gifted performer, Ann-Margret studied at Northwestern University, where she was discovered for her talents in singing and dancing. She began her showbiz career with a nightclub act and soon caught the attention of Hollywood. Her unique combination of European elegance and American vivacity made her stand out immediately. Movie camera career evolution. 1960s, starlet to superstar. Her early roles presented her as a vivacious, energetic starlet with a fiery red mane and irresistible charm. Bye Birdie, 1963, catapulted her to stardom. The opening and closing numbers became iconic moments in pop culture. Viva Las Vegas, 1964, co-starring with Elvis Presley, their chemistry became the stuff of legend. While rumors of a romance swirled, both remained respectful of each other's relationships. Throughout the decade, she starred in a mix of musicals, comedies, and dramas, becoming one of the top female box office draws. 1970s, critical acclaim. Carnal Knowledge, 1971. Her dramatic turn shocked critics and audiences, earning her an Oscar nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Tommy, 1975, portrayed the tormented mother in this psychedelic rock opera. Her wild, intense performance, including the infamous scene involving baked beans, earned her another Oscar nomination. 1980s to 2000s, versatility and endurance. Ann-Margret shifted to television and character roles, earning multiple Emmy nominations for dramatic performances in Who Will Love My Children and Life of the Party. In Grumpy Old Men and its sequel, she played the sexy love interest of Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau, proving she still had allure and impeccable comedic timing. Guest roles on TV, including Law and Order, SVU, CSI, and Ray Donovan, showcased her dramatic range well into her later years. Musical notes: music and stage career. Ann-Margret wasn't just a movie star, she was a recording artist and live performer, signed to RCA in the early 1960s. Released albums such as The Vivacious One and Beauty and the Beard, with Al Hirt. Known for her sultry, smoky vocals and sensual stage presence, she was compared to Peggy Lee and Eartha Kitt. Continued to tour and perform in Las Vegas, where she was considered a queen of the showroom scene. Red Heart. Personal life and character: married actor Roger Smith in 1967. He gave up his own career to manage hers, a relationship that lasted 50 years until his death in 2017. Behind the glamorous image, she endured personal struggles, including a near-fatal fall from a stage in 1972, and battles with dependency, all of which she overcame with resilience and dignity. Known for her devotion to veterans, Ann-Margret frequently visited troops in Vietnam and has remained active in veteran-related charities. Sparkle's legacy and impact: a Hollywood icon, she managed to transition from sex symbol to respected actress to cultural treasure. She has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame and has been honored by the Screen Actors Guild and Golden Globes. Her influence can be seen in artists who blend performance with persona, including Madonna, Lady Gaga, and Christina Aguilera. She broke barriers as a female performer who demanded roles beyond the bombshell stereotype and proved that beauty, talent, and complexity could coexist. Ann-Margret remains one of the rare stars who captured lightning in a bottle. Her presence lit up the screen, stage, and record player alike. She continues to be admired not just for what she accomplished, but how she did it, with grace, fire, and unmistakable flair. Persona and appeal: Ann-Margret's star power came not just from her talent, but from her extraordinary charisma. She was often described as a paradox, a mix of innocence and seduction, sweetness and fire. Her signature look combined volcanic red hair, hourglass figure, playful yet sultry expressions, high-octane energy in dance and song. Elvis Presley once called her the female Elvis, and she was dubbed the sex kitten who could act, breaking the mold of one-dimensional female leads. Face mask acting range and risk-taking: unlike many of her contemporaries who were typecast, Ann-Margret sought out complex, often emotionally challenging roles. Standout examples: Who Will Love My Children? 1983, a heartbreaking portrayal of a terminally ill woman arranging homes for her 10 children. This TV movie earned her a Golden Globe and Emmy nomination. A Streetcar Named Desire, 1984, took on the iconic role of Blanche Dubois in a TV adaptation, winning praise for holding her own against comparisons to Vivien Leigh. Life of the Party: The Pamela Digby Churchill Story, 1998, another Emmy-nominated role where she played the famed socialite and political power broker. Her choices showed her fearlessness as an actress, moving from mainstream films to raw, character-driven roles. Dancer live performance power: Ann-Margret's Las Vegas shows were legendary. She blended dance, live vocals, and theatrical storytelling. Her 1970s Vegas residency solidified her as a top-tier performer alongside the likes of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin. Her choreography often included high kicks, flips, and costume changes, maintaining energy levels that rivaled her younger peers. She was one of the few female entertainers who could headline major venues in both the US and internationally. Mirror style icon: Ann-Margret's influence on fashion is often overlooked but profound. 60s mod look: mini dresses, go-go boots, bold eyeliner, and teased hair, a defining style of the era. Stage couture, sequin catsuits, plunging gowns, and high glam makeup made her a visual magnet on stage. Her wardrobe in Viva Las Vegas and The Swinger, 1966, set trends. Designers and stylists have cited her as a muse, and many of today's vintage glam looks draw from her aesthetic. Speech balloon quotes and reflections. Ann-Margret was known for her humility and gratitude despite her fame. She once said, "I was shy, but I had a lion inside me that wouldn't shut up. And on aging, I've always loved life. That hasn't changed. What's different is how grateful I am now, for everything." She has never written a scandalous tell-all, choosing instead to keep her private life private, a rarity in Hollywood. Scroll cultural impact referenced in everything from Mad Men to Family Guy to The Simpsons. Inducted into the Swedish-American Hall of Fame. Continues to be a favorite in retrospectives of classic Hollywood and 1960s pop culture. Her influence can be seen in how modern actresses approach performance with a blend of sensuality, humor, and grit. Puzzle piece. Lesser-known facts. She once turned down Barbra Streisand's role in Funny Girl. She raced motorcycles and suffered a serious accident in 1972, which nearly ended her career. She returned to the stage just 10 weeks later. Elvis sent her a guitar-shaped floral arrangement every year until his death. In 2001, she was named one of the 100 sexiest stars in film history by Empire magazine. She's an animal lover, especially fond of dogs, and has supported various rescue charities. Ann-Margret is more than a star. She is a living embodiment of golden-era Hollywood, who successfully evolved with time. Her lasting appeal lies in her ability to be joyful, vulnerable, electric, and grounded all at once. Philosophy and work ethic. Ann-Margret is often celebrated not only for her talent but also for her dedication to her craft. Her approach to acting and performance has been described as relentless and meticulous. She's known to pour intense effort into preparing for roles, often taking weeks to research her characters. Physicality is central to her performances. She practiced dance for hours to ensure she had the perfect balance of grace and energy in her stage shows. Resilience has been a central theme throughout her career. After her near-fatal fall from a stage in 1972, which caused severe injuries, she returned to performing with more passion. Undeterred by the physical limitations her body faced. In interviews, she has spoken about the importance of staying grounded in a world of fame and fortune. She credits her success to her family and strong sense of self. One of her favorite mottos is, "Stay true to yourself. Because it's the only way to last in this business." Crown influence on future generations. Ann-Margret's influence extended beyond just her peers. She paved the way for many of the entertainers we revere today. Her combination of glamour and power was groundbreaking for women in entertainment during the 1960s and 1970s. Madonna has cited Ann-Margret as one of her early inspirations. Madonna admired how Ann-Margret could be both glamorous and gritty. Christina Aguilera has expressed a deep love for Ann-Margret's stage presence and the bold sensuality she projected in her performances. Actress Scarlett Johansson has mentioned Ann-Margret as a role model in terms of both her stylistic impact and ability to balance sex appeal with genuine acting talent. Her ability to create multi-dimensional characters, often playing women who were complex and empowered despite societal limitations, set the tone for actresses like Jodie Foster and Charlize Theron, who have similarly worked to defy the stereotypes often placed upon women in Hollywood. Globe cultural relevance. Ann-Margret's significance also extends beyond the silver screen and into popular culture. She was one of the defining icons of the 1960s, and her influence can still be felt today. The Sexual Revolution, Ann-Margret embodied the liberation of women in the 1960s. Epitomizing the mix of beauty, independence, and sexual freedom. Her roles, often portraying confident women, played a pivotal role in shifting public perceptions of what a female character could be in Hollywood. The blonde bombshell revival. While the 1950s had Marilyn Monroe, the 1960s brought Ann-Margret as a new era's blonde bombshell, defined not only by her beauty but her authenticity. She gave the world a figure who was both accessible and unattainably glamorous. Icon of the 60s fashion, her wardrobe choices, from mod dresses to edgy metallic ensembles, made her a fashion trendsetter. The way she styled her hair and makeup influenced the looks of generations of women. The cinema of the 60s. Films like Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas made Ann-Margret the epitome of the new woman in the post-war era. She represented the emergence of a confident, carefree persona that was both relatable and aspirational. Movie camera. Ann-Margret's iconic roles, a deeper look while she played a wide range of characters throughout her career. Here are a few of her most influential and memorable roles. 1. Viva Las Vegas, 1964. This film remains one of her most famous and a cult classic. Playing Rusty Martin, she starred opposite Elvis Presley in one of his best-loved films. The chemistry between her and Elvis was electric, and their duet of the title song became an anthem. This was a defining role that blended her singing, dancing, and acting skills in perfect harmony. 2. Tommy, 1975, a defining moment in her career. She played the mother of Tommy, the deaf, dumb, and blind boy in Ken Russell's rock opera. Her role in Tommy was bizarre, visually striking, and emotionally intense, capturing the rock and roll rebellious spirit. Ann-Margret's performance was praised for its vulnerability and unique style, securing her another Oscar nomination. 3. Grumpy Old Men, 1993, a delightful turn as Melanie, the object of affection for the elderly men played by Walter Matthau and Jack Lemmon. Ann-Margret's playful, timeless appeal was a bright spot in this hilarious comedy. And she reprised her role in the sequel Grumpier Old Men, 1995, proving that age is no barrier to being charming and vibrant on screen. 4. Carnal Knowledge, 1971, a stark contrast to her usual roles. She played Bobby, a woman trapped in a dysfunctional relationship. The film is often regarded as ahead of its time, exploring themes of sexual mores and gender roles. Her role was raw, emotional, and nuanced, earning her a nomination for Best Supporting Actress at the Academy Awards. Sports Medal Awards and recognitions. Ann-Margret's career has been one of sustained excellence, with numerous awards and nominations. Golden Globe Awards. She won Best Actress for her role in Viva Las Vegas, 1965, among other nominations. Academy Award nominations for Carnal Knowledge, 1971, and Tommy, 1975. Emmy Awards. She won in 2010 for her guest performance on Law and Order, SVU. Special Achievements. In 2019, she was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Screen Actors Guild. Glowing star legacy and continuing influence. Ann-Margret's presence in Hollywood is often considered timeless. Even in her later years, she remains a beloved figure in both entertainment and pop culture. She has proven that you can age with dignity and still remain relevant by evolving with the industry while maintaining your unique voice and artistic integrity. Her legacy, marked by grace, versatility, and resilience, lives on as a symbol of the golden age of Hollywood. Blending the allure of old Hollywood glamour with the empowerment and boldness that modern entertainers continue to seek. Hollywood Trials, Triumphs. and transformation, early challenges and breakthrough moments, finding her voice, before becoming a household name. Ann-Margret navigated the challenges of breaking into show business at a time when typecasting was rampant. In the early 1960s, she took risks with roles that hinted at a broader acting range than the usual bombshell stereotype. Rapid ascent. Her breakthrough with projects like Bye Birdie and Viva Las Vegas wasn't just about sex appeal, it was about proving that she could command attention with both vocal prowess and expressive acting. Reinvention. Ann-Margret's willingness to reinvent herself allowed her to transition from the glittering musicals of the 1960s into more dramatic, even boundary-pushing roles by the 1970s. Films like Carnal Knowledge and Tommy underscore her determination to stretch beyond surface-level performances. Navigating the Hollywood machine, typecasting and breaking boundaries. In an industry that often pigeonholed female performers, she resisted being confined to a single image. Her choices, ranging from light-hearted comedies to raw dramatic performances, demonstrated a hunger for challenging parts. On-set anecdotes. Stories from film sets reveal her as a hands-on professional who often helps set a relaxed, fun atmosphere. Her off-screen rapport with major stars like Elvis Presley was marked by mutual respect and playful banter, even as the public and media fixated on the chemistry between them. Biceps resilience. Reinvention, and personal growth, overcoming adversity near tragic incidents. Ann-Margret's life wasn't without personal setbacks. A serious onstage accident in the early 1970s, which nearly derailed her career, became a testament to her indomitable spirit. This period of physical and emotional recovery not only deepened her understanding of vulnerability but also enriched her subsequent performances with a palpable sense of resilience. Refusing to fade. Despite personal struggles and the pressures of Hollywood, she kept reinventing herself by taking on roles that allowed her to display the toughness and grace of someone who had lived much more than her public image suggested. Personal evolution, relationships and support systems. Her long marriage to Roger Smith, a constant in her life, provided stability and a partnership that extended behind the scenes. Their story was one of mutual respect and sacrifice, qualities that helped sustain her through the industry's ups and downs. Reflections on aging and legacy. In candid interviews, she has spoken about embracing aging with a graceful gratitude. Her outlook on life, celebrating growth, learning from mistakes, and cherishing every moment, resonates with fans and peers alike. Diverse ventures. From screen to stage to charity, expanding creative boundaries, music and live performances. Ann-Margret's journey in music paralleled her film career. Whether delivering powerful live performances in Las Vegas or releasing albums that showcased her rich, smoky voice, she consistently bridged the worlds of film, live theater, and recording. Television ventures. Her roles in television, movies and guest appearances on popular series allowed her to connect with new generations, ensuring her relevance long after her film peak. Her performances in productions like Who Will Love My Children? And various guest appearances enriched her legacy as an actress who could effortlessly toggle between genres. Philanthropy and social impact. Humanitarian contributions. Beyond performance, Ann-Margret's humanitarian side has surfaced in her work with veterans, charitable foundations, and support for animal rights. Her regular visits to troops and advocacy in veteran-related causes speak to a compassion that extends beyond the glitz of show business. Cultural ambassador. Through her career longevity and willingness to support a range of social causes, she has evolved into a cultural ambassador, using her status to shine light on causes and communities that might otherwise be overlooked. Dress iconic style and lasting influence. A fashion and culture trailblazer, trendsetter. Ann-Margret's bold, adaptable sense of style made her a muse for designers and fashion icons. From her memorable on-screen costumes to her off-stage wardrobe choices, she consistently pushed style boundaries in ways that continue to inspire retro chic and contemporary fashions. Influence on modern entertainers. Her ability to merge fierce performance with authentic vulnerability has paved the way for a new generation of entertainers. Icons from Madonna to Lady Gaga have cited her as an influence, a performer who showed that one could be both glamorous and deeply real. Impact on the art's enduring legacy. More than half a century into her career, Ann-Margret's influence remains unmistakable. She contributed to a cultural shift where female entertainers are celebrated for their multifaceted talents, singing, dancing, acting, and beyond. Mentorship and inspiration. Beyond her personal accomplishments, she has often expressed the importance of mentoring younger artists. Her behind-the-scenes role as a confidant and advisor for emerging performers further cements her status as a role model in the entertainment industry. Trophy awards, recognition, and the final imprint, a career of accolades, collective honors. Over decades, Ann-Margret has accumulated multiple nominations and awards, from Golden Globes and Emmys to prestigious film festival honors. This recognition is not only for her memorable roles but also for the integrity and vigor she has consistently brought to her art. The Hollywood Walk of Fame. Her star on this celebrated landmark stands as a symbol of decades of dedication, innovation, and the breaking of boundaries in an ever-changing industry. The everlasting imprint, a living legend. Ann-Margret's career illustrates an evolution that mirrors Hollywood itself, from the golden age glamour of the 1960s to the nuanced, multifaceted roles of later decades. Her story is one of perpetual reinvention, making her not just a relic of a bygone era, but a continuous source of inspiration and aspiration. Cultural footprint. The lines between her roles and her real-life persona have blurred, creating a legendary figure whose life lessons in resilience, reinvention, and authenticity continue to resonate with audiences around the globe. In summary, Ann-Margret is much more than a celebrated actress or a glamorous icon. She is a pioneer who rose above industry constraints, faced personal challenges head-on, and transformed every setback into an opportunity to evolve. Her contribution to film, music, television, and culture underscores her status as a trailblazer, one whose legacy will continue to influence and inspire for generations to come. The symbolism of Ann-Margret. More than a starlet, Ann-Margret didn't just act, sing, or dance. She
Bye bye. Thanks for watching.